Morning, everybody. So, I would like everybody to just think for themselves real quick. You don't have to close your eyes. I just want to present something to you. I want you to imagine every day you wake up, 8 hours of sleep if you can get it, and you hear nothing but music. Not silence, not birds chirping regularly, but within those chirps you hear multiple musical notes, and all you hear is like, I guess you could say a theme song of sorts, right? That is what I go through every single day, and I'm sure you're thinking, oh, that's super duper cool. You have like your own little wow wow wubsy thing going on whenever you wake up. I would not say that. So today I'm going to discuss what perfect pitch is, and we're just gonna talk through it a little bit. So let's go over the agenda. We're gonna talk about what perfect pitch is, how it helps me create music, the cons of having perfect pitch, my future with perfect pitch, and I'm going to present a final question to you, yeah? Cool. Perfect pitch. The website Audiology Research describes perfect pitch as the ability to identify and replicate a sound's pitch without needing a reference note. Let me show you an example. Let's go like this. Oh, you see how I just did by accident? That's the note C sharp. Let's go like this. That's an A. Let's F sharp. Stuff like that. I can hear different notes, different sounds in music just by knowing it. It's almost like a muscle memory for dancers in the room. Whenever you're about to do something, you already know what you have to do. You know what first position, second position, just off the top of your head. It's almost like that, right? James Cornell, a well-known YouTuber who's known for music theory and piano stuff, on his page describes it like this: an apple is red. Can we all agree that an apple is red? You all know off the top of your head, if I say what color is a banana, what is it? Yellow. Okay, cool. Just like that, just how you know that the color of a fruit is, I know what the name of a note is, I know the pitch of a note, I know the octave of a note. So, yeah. How perfect pitch helps me create music. I'm going to get something from in here, and I will happily, pass it around just so you can see. So me, while I love to sing and I love to, play around on piano, I also love to compose. Composition has always been a big part of my life, as I feel that it helps me express more freely, right? So in here, I'm actually working on an arrangement that was a hymnal called Hold On, and you can pass it around if you guys would like. So on the staff right here, F, A, C, E, E, G, B, D, F, stuff like that. What I do is I hear the notes in my brain and I'm able to translate it onto paper and make different types of music with it. So it also helps me with accompanying other people. How many people in here play piano? Yeah? So you know what I mean when I say, accompany somebody, right? It helps me because let's say somebody is supposed to sing a F, but they go F sharp. I know all of a sudden, okay, as the accompanist, so that then the audience doesn't think, oh snap, they messed up. I need to be able to translate that into something else because I know what the note is naturally. My brain can do that. It helps me as an accompanist. It helps the person singing, and it just helps everything flow a lot better. My ear naturally. Let's say I'm hearing a song. I don't know. Let's say "Fly Me to the Moon," right? Let's say I'm listening to "Fly Me to the Moon." If I hear "Fly Me to the Moon," I can just hear it, play it on piano, because I understand the different chord structures that are in the actual song that make it go, right? So yeah, what I've been passing around, please feel free to look at it. I really like it a lot. Makes me happy. Oh, a common misconception with people who have perfect pitch. How many of you are familiar with what sight reading is? Yeah, sight reading. Just because a person may have perfect pitch does not mean that they are good at sight reading. Because while we may know the note, we may be god awful at rhythm, right? So that's just a common thing that I would definitely like to point out that people always think. How many people have perfect pitch? A study conducted in 2018 by the website 3D Various shows that 1 in 10,000 people have what they describe as the auditory phenomenon of perfect pitch. Who else do you know with perfect pitch? Do you know who Jacob Collier is? Jacob Collier has perfect pitch. Michael Jackson, the king of pop himself, had perfect pitch. A little bit about how Michael Jackson developed perfect pitch. Michael Jackson was not originally born with perfect pitch. However, I'm sure that you know that his father was extremely abusive. So his father basically told him, I want you to have this skill, I want you to be the leader, and put him in front of different instruments until he knew every single note on every single instrument and was able to transcribe. Charlie Puth, a lot of you guys know who Charlie Puth is. He's one of the more well-known people for having perfect pitch, as every time that he's on an interview with somebody, mostly Jimmy Fallon, he is always asked about it. So in an interview with actually iHeartRadio, Charlie Puth describes perfect pitch like this. It's like I can hear the note before it's even played. Everybody in your head, what's 2 plus 2? Don't say it out loud. What's 2 plus 2 in your head? Raise your hand if you said 4. Cool. Everybody knows what 2 plus 2 is, just like how Charlie Puth knows the note before he even hears it, right? So that's a cool way to think about it as well. Just in case you don't know who these people are, Charlie Puth. I actually want to go over the things that I put under here. Charlie Puth is a singer, however, he's also a producer. With this, I'm sure that you all see his TikToks where he's like, and he's like, that's an A. He just makes an entire song out of an A, right? That is something that he can do. He's able to produce that just from his brain. Michael Jackson also had perfect pitch. He had an interview with Oprah Winfrey back in, I believe, 2004, 2003, where he basically made an entire song on top of his head just by Oprah Winfrey singing 3 different notes, right? It was super duper cool. Jacob Collier is a composer, a singer, and a producer, which is kind of in the direction that I would like to go for in my life. Jacob Collier, he does this thing called Logic Sessions, where he'll do a song, he'll completely make a song, arrange a song, and explain how he did it, which I really admire because it's almost like a magician showing the trick, how to do the trick, right? So I think that's really admirable on Jacob Collier's part. Cons of having perfect pitch, why I personally do struggle with having it. I can never focus in class. I'm sorry, Ms. Chapman. It is very, very hard to focus in class because I will be listening to somebody speak. I will be listening just in general, and I hear a note. Let's say I hear a, that's a D. All of a sudden, I think of stuff like the Hallelujah Chorus. I think of Lacrimosa. I think of all these different songs that are in the key of D major or minor, and my brain just strays, and it will not stay focused in one spot. When I hear people talk, I can hear the key that people are talking in, which can be really annoying because then I'm like, oh, okay. And I promise I can explain why it's annoying in a second. I feel detached from my peers a lot because I can never give them my full focus. I promise I love all of you. You guys make me really happy, but I'm sorry that I cannot give you my full focus. And I believe the reason why this bothers me so much and why I feel that it's annoying is because with pitch, I get a feeling. A lot of people who have pitch, as conducted right here, a person in Discover magazine, a woman was asked about her perfect pitch. She correlates it to a color from a colored xylophone that she had when she was younger. I correlate it to a feeling because I remember the feelings of being forced to play piano and the different emotion that I got when playing different keys. The key of E flat major makes me feel happy, but the key of A flat minor makes me feel upset because that was the most hard key to play in when I was younger, right? So that's kind of how it registers in my brain when I hear a pitch. This quote. All of them lost their perfect pitch as they got older, quoted by Adam Neely. He was quoting a search that was done back in 2015. It is a study that shows that everybody who has a perfect pitch and you were born with it, once you get older, as your hearing decides to decline, because that's what happens when you grow older, your perfect pitch just has to decline. Remember what I just said about feeling, yeah? As I grow older, my feelings that I feel naturally are going to become wrong. I am going to start to feel things that are incorrect because of the fact that my ears aren't picking up the right notes anymore. It has become such a part of my life that now without it, I will basically be wrong, if that makes sense. So these are my sites reference. Thank you for learning a bit about perfect pitch, a little bit more about my life, and I hope that now you can just look at the artist with perfect pitch and instead of thinking, man, that's cool, think, man, okay. So thank you very much.